Раз, проверим звук. Раз, проверим звук. Раз. Отлично, звук есть. Всем добрый вечер. Сегодня у нас снова Genshin. Да, будем проходить ивент. В прошлый раз стрим аж на час 40 вышел. В этот раз, надеюсь, побыстрее получится. Не хотелось бы час 40 сидеть. Рубиться хочу закончить этот ивент. Он слегка сумбурный, не совсем понятный, но что поделать. Вот. Такой уж ивент. По стриму где-то, надеюсь, около часа. Получится, если получится. Если будет больше, то, наверное, ивент просто закончу. И все. Так, погнали. Чего тянуть, так сказать. Так, в прошлый раз мы начали опрашивать тот список людей непонятных, который мы составили. Мне нужно пополнить всего и вся куча. Оп. Загадка среди... Отправляйтесь к доске объявлений. Да, это нужно было, это я помню. Повторное исследование кристаллов. Новый ивент какой-то. Дыхание анемония. Вот сейчас. Что я прохожу? 4 дня, кстати, осталось. Надо будет точно добивать. Ибо я уже не успею. Здесь ничего интересного. Ну все, погнали. Отправляемся к доске Манштата объявлений. Оп, оп. Вот там уже он стоит Лиза. Все, кого мне надо. Никогда не было, и вот они все собрались. Какая встреча?
Hey there, traveler in Paimon. It's been a while. How have you been?
We've been doing pretty well.
You look surprised, cuties. Is it because of me?
Вообще, у меня на тебе другой костюм.
Not at the usual place.
Oh, please. It's not as if I'm glued to my chair. I like to get out for a little fresh air every once in a while. Mika's here today, so I thought it'd be a good time to introduce him to Bennett and Razor. They're all out and about quite often, so it's helpful for them to get to know one another.
Hello, everyone. My name is Mika.
Приятно познакомиться, Мика.
I look forward to working with you.
No need to be so formal. We've known them for ages. They're cool.
Windbloom. Fun?
Actually, we haven't gotten to the fun part yet. We've been busy investigating a prophecy.
A prophecy? What kind?
A good one or a bad one?
Непонятно. Вы рассказываете о пророчестве, о том, что удалось выяснить.
Gosh, that all
Дальше
sounds
что
quite
читать?
fascinating.
I can't believe I made it onto your list of names. You really think I'll be able to help?
Believe in yourself.
Такое ощущение, что
Right.
список
Believe in
составлен
yourself.
просто типа
You're
люди
a
какие-то
first-rate
должны помочь
adventurer,
им.
Bennett.
Okay, then in that case, I'll step up and present my thoughts on the matter. Except I forgot I'm not really good at organizing my thoughts. Oops.
Oh, there's no need to tell us all of your thoughts right here and now. Sucro said she'll put a mailbox next to the crafting bench, so you can just write down your thoughts when they come to you, and drop them there.
A meticulous and efficient plan. Yep, that sounds like sucrose.
I will think also. Give me some time.
You still have other people on your list that you need to go see, right? We should leave you to it. Don't worry about us. We'll drop off our letters at the mailbox as soon as we're done.
Okay, bye for now. Let's
Да,
head over
точно,
to
она же там
Starsketch
ящик
Cliff
схватила,
next.
чтобы они туда
Maybe we'll be able to find some people there.
скидывали свои мысли.
And even if we don't find any familiar faces, you can see really far from up at the top. Maybe we can find people that way.
Oh, you're working so hard. Do be sure to get some rest when you can. If you get tired, you know you're always welcome to visit me for a break and a cup of tea.
Можно мы лучше идти чай пойдем пить, а не искать непонятных людей? А теперь я за эту парочку играть, понял?
Let me check my notes. Huh, this way. Got it. Kale, please follow me.
Так, отыщите людей, которые связаны с пророчеством. Налево. О, вон там группа людей стоит. Пойдем к ним. А, там вот Эмбера вижу. Ноэль, Кли и последний не помню.
Amber? Wow, and Eula's with her
А,
too.
Эола, походу.
Oh, it's Sucrose! And Klee also spies the girl with the long scarf.
Kale, we were just talking about you. Ah, right, I don't think you've been introduced to Noelle before. Kale, this is Noelle, maid of the Knights of Favonius.
Единственная,
Nice to
походу,
meet you,
горничная.
Kale. I missed you the
На
last
весь
few
орден.
times you were in Mondstadt, so I'm glad to finally meet you in person.
Oh, nice to meet you too, Noelle. My name is Kale. But you already knew that.
Relax, you two. There's no need to be so courteous. We're not on some kind of diplomatic mission here.
Klee, what are you doing here? Are you planning to blast some fish? Klee's on patrol with the other knights.
Неплохо, неплохо. Лучше бы рыбу поглушила.
Now that you mention it,
Была бы у меня
it looks
возможность
like
рыбу
everyone here's a
глушить,
knight of
чтобы собирать ее
Favonius
просто.
except for Kale and me. I'd heard that there was a very young knight in the ranks, but it's still a surprise to see with my own eyes. Kale, what do you do? I'm a trainee forest ranger in the Avidia Forest. Trainee? It means I'm not officially a fully qualified forest watcher yet. I'm still learning.
Ты бесплатно работаешь
you're
на
just
страже.
like me.
Это так называется.
I'm still working towards becoming a fully qualified knight.
А ты
Technically,
бесплатно работаешь
though the
на
distinction
рыцаре.
is hardly relevant right now. This isn't a very formal patrol. We're just chatting.
Don't panic, Kale. Just pick a topic and join the conversation. Don't panic. Whatever you do, don't panic. It's just Amber and her friends. There's no need to be nervous.
Капец, загналась, конечно.
Let me guess. Were you chatting about the new guests in town?
Yep, a few folks from Sumeru have come to visit, so we're brainstorming a few nice surprises for them.
Amber!
Sorry,
Все рассказала.
At least I
Вот
didn't
так
say
вот.
anything about what the surprises are.
Oh no. How am I supposed to join this conversation now? What do I say to that? Speaking of nice surprises, we've actually had a fairly big one recently. What kind of surprise? Tell me! I'm saved. Secros has given me a lead-in. Now, I just need to follow on from what she's already started talking about.
Сахароза и Коля рассказывают всем о сюрпризе и почему так быстро пролистывают.
I have no idea what the answers could be, though.
Или что, азиаты так быстро
essentially,
читают, что как
you're
бы
gathering information to help you
3
solve the
секунд
riddles,
хватит?
correct? I'll do my best to help.
Thank you so much, Eula.
Anytime.
There's no need to answer right away. We'll put a mailbox next to the crafting bench for people to drop us a note once they've thought of something. I'll drop something in there for sure.
Nice
Главное не
idea.
бомбу
I
закинь,
think we
а то
can
ты
all
там
commit to writing a
разнесешься
note.
нахрен.
We'll see what we can come up with.
Yep, don't worry, you can count on us. But we do have to finish our patrol first.
What route are you taking today?
We started in the Stormbearer Mountains, and we'll end at the city gates. You'd be very welcome to join us, but it sounds like you're pretty busy with all this.
No. There's always next time. We'll join up with you after we're done working through this prophecy.
Да, конечно, все закончится, скорее всего.
Yeah, so, we'll be on our way for now.
See you later. Have a safe trip back. Are you okay, Kale?
Was it that obvious?
No, not at all. It just looked like you had something on your mind.
So that means it was obvious.
А что
Whatever's
беспокоит-то?
bothering you, you can talk to me about it if you want. I'm happy to help.
Thanks, Sucrose. Well, the truth is, I don't really know how to act around Amber and the others.
Открываешь рот и говоришь,
Really?
что ты с
I
ума
thought you
сходишь.
two were good friends.
We are. Amber's a really important friend to me. I don't know. I guess if I'm being completely honest, the problem's probably with me. The first time I came to Mondstadt, I was really immature. I didn't want to let people in, and I was generally pretty awful to everyone. Amber was the one person who didn't give up on me, and if it wasn't for her persistence, I wouldn't have found a friend at all. Without Amber, I might not even be here today. And because of that, I really look up to her. I think of her as my role model, and hoped that maybe one day I could learn to be like her. But after trying and failing for several years, I think I finally realized I'm no
Светлая мысль
Amber,
в голову
and I
пришла.
never will be. Looking back,
Но я не понимаю,
it
зачем
seems
этот разговор
silly that I
здесь.
ever thought like that. We're nothing alike at all. My personality's so
Они так
weird.
персонажей хотят
I always get
раскрыть.
so anxious and I overthink everything.
Aw, Kale, don't say that.
Sucrose? Would it be okay if I told you a bit about my past?
Девушка останавливается в живописном месте. Поднимается легкий ветерок, и Коля рассказывает историю своей жизни, с детства до недавнего выздоровления от Элиазара. Пикник устроили, смотри-ка.
I already knew bits and pieces about her, but still, why did she have to go through all that?
I'm sorry. We've only just met and I'm already dumping all of this on you. This is why I get so frustrated at myself. I'm always doing this. I get into a spiral of self-doubt, and then I end up having to find somewhere to vent it all out.
А, ты решила все
No,
выплеснуть.
it's
Понятно.
fine.
Психолога
I'm
нашла местного.
really glad that you're willing to tell me all this.
Ты же знаешь, что он тебе не
People don't
откажет.
open up about their deepest feelings unless they really trust the other person. Don't you think? At least, I think it's kind of an honor. And, I mean, you've probably noticed by now, but I don't have the best social skills either. I always just end up talking about the things I'm interested in, and going on and on. But even so, you still listen to me when I talk my head off about alchemy. It's a relief to listen to you talking about yourself for once. If you hadn't told me all of those things, I never would have guessed that you struggle so much. Honestly, I feel like we're very similar people.
Really?
Yeah. Everyone has their own problems to deal with. I certainly do.
Так они у
All the
всех
feelings
есть.
that you talked
Вообще
about
у
just now,
всех.
I totally get
У
it.
каждого свои
It
загоны.
takes so much more effort for us introverts to fit into a crowd. When you were saying about how you try to think about what to say in advance, and you're constantly terrified of saying the wrong thing and making things awkward, I relate to that so much. Oh, and also that part about studying under a genius. In fact, before meeting you, I'd never met anyone who seemed so similar to myself.
Oh,
I'm not very good at giving words of comfort or anything, and I'm not gonna tell you to just get over it or stop worrying about it. How about we just sit here for a little while? We don't have to force a conversation if we can't think of anything. We can just sit here together.
Просто сидеть на траве и любоваться
Sucrose has stopped
травой.
talking, but for some reason, this doesn't feel awkward at all. Maybe she's right, and we're more similar than I realized. In Sumeru, I always like to find a quiet place to just sit and watch the scenery, but it's always by myself. I never thought there'd be a day when I could do this with someone else by my side. Mondstadt's breeze is so gentle and soft.
Hey, Kale. See that cloud over there? Doesn't it look like one of my test tubes?
I don't think so. Sorry.
Then maybe we're not quite on the same wavelength on everything. At least, not when it comes to looking at clouds in the sky.
Thank you, Sucrose. I feel much better after talking to you.
Yeah, it helps a lot, doesn't it? I also vent to my flasks sometimes. The next time I get the chance, I have to show you my Tetratanic Sweet Flower.
О,
And
пошла
my Tetratanic Windbloom.
презентация своих
Your
коллекций.
what?
Two of my favorite things I've made. They're really cool. I think you might like them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you'll definitely have to show them to me sometime.
I brought some crackers with me. You want one? There's cheese flavor or tomato flavor.
Sure.
Ветчина и сыр должна быть.
I'll try the cheese one.
Тем более у вас там кабанчик, наверное, вообще
Aw, look!
огонь по
They're
вкусу.
enjoying the scenery together.
Shall we go play with them?
No, it's fine. Let them sit for a while.
We're not what Kale needs right now. She needs a new friend. Someone different who's never met her before.
I don't get it. Is there a difference?
There is. You'll understand once you're a little older, Klee. People can draw different kinds of strength from different kinds of friends. And right now, Kale needs someone that's just not the same old me.
По другую сторону холодного ветра. Пора, что-то над утесом. Так, нам нужно отправляться к утесу. Погнали. Тихо, мирно бежим. Никого не трогаем. Драться я сейчас не намерен. Да и не особо хочу. Мята. Чай с мятой. Эрл Грей какой-нибудь заварить сейчас бы. Наверное, вкусненько будет. Эх, аж захотелось. Так.
Snatch Cliff! We made it! Paimon hopes we find someone we need here.
А кого мы ищем?
Help! I beg you, please don't let go!
Who's that
Что
yelling?
происходит?
Let's hurry and take a look.
А там Розария, по-моему. Это же Розария там персонаж. Кого-то там решила со скалы сбросить.
Timaeus? And we also have Rosaria and Mona? What kind of mishmash
А,
ensemble
Розария.
is this?
Мона здесь откуда-то.
Question. What kind of a motley crew is this?
It's been a while, traveler.
Привет, с праздником ветряных цветов.
You two are looking pretty good. I trust you've been well.
Yep, we're definitely faring a lot better than this poor guy on the ground.
Что вы с ним сделали?
Hey, please don't rub salt in my wound. I really have been trying my
А, это
best.
алхимик.
Oh, you're one to talk. If this sister hadn't grabbed you in time, then you'd have been seriously hurt, if not dead.
I know. I really am grateful, miss. I can't thank you enough.
Что у вас здесь произошло?
Don't mention it. Just lending a hand.
Quite literally. And had she not lent him a hand and pulled him up, he would have gone
Там
tumbling down
вода
the
снизу, упал
cliffside.
бы,
What
искупался.
happened? Did Timaeus almost fall off the cliff?
Well, so what actually happened was I came to Star Snatch Cliff today to pick some flowers and ran into Mona on the way. She took a look at her scry glass and advised me to turn back because it would be dangerous.
But you still came up here anyway?
Well, yes, I did, because there's something I just had to do.
Oh, I hardly think giving flowers to your crush is worth throwing one's life
А,
away for.
точно. Они
It's
же
rare to run
рассказывали в
into
прошлый раз, что
someone
у
with
него
a
там
death wish in this
какая-то
area.
возлюбленная появилась.
I don't have a death wish. I just didn't think it would really come true. I mean, when Mona said it would be dangerous, I thought I'd be fine as long as I watched my step cautiously. I'm sorry, okay? I was wrong. I'm telling you, I'm just here chasing the love of my life. Love-struck Mondstadters is what the Windbloom Festival's all about.
Okay, that explains you. But why is Rosaria here?
I was looking for a quiet place to escape the crowds. I wasn't planning on having to save a life along the way.
So that's why the Scryglass just showed danger instead of fatal danger.
Very funny. Anyway, Traveler and Paimon, what brings the two of you to Star Snatch Cliff?
Интуиция,
Just trying
походу.
your luck. We've got a lot of people we need to see today, so we've been all over the place. Actually, you're some of the people we were looking for.
Huh?
Вы рассказываете им про пророчестве и вот это вот все.
I see. So, all we'll need to do is find some clues, make a note, and drop it off at the mailbox?
I can't believe there's a prophecy like this, let alone that I have a part to play in it.
Да я вообще не знаю, по
guess
какому
this means everyone
людей
will
просто
find out about my
придумывали.
crush now. I came here because I wanted to give some Cecilias to the girl I love. They'll really suit her. She's...
No one asked. Please, do not subject us to your gushing about your girlfriend.
А мне любопытно, кто, в кого он там влюбился.
You saw right through me.
You said you need clues, right? Well, in that case, Mona Magistus the astrologist will provide you with a personally handwritten letter. Just wait for it to show up in your mailbox.
You can be on your way now. We won't keep you any longer.
Alright, then let's head back for now and meet up with everyone else.
Пока. Тимей, будь осторожен.
Will do. This is all so embarrassing. Thank you both.
Так, отправляйтесь к алхимическому верстаку. Кстати, Сесилии соберем. Пригодятся. А эти все здесь стоят и стоят. И не празднуют ничего. Так, вот и бокс наш. Погнали узнавать, что в него накидали.
We're back! Oh, but it looks like you two beat us.
Welcome back. Did everything go well?
Yep, we managed to find and talk to everybody.
We got back a little early, so we took some time just now to put the mailbox together. We got really lucky today. The vendors were feeling super generous, so we didn't even need to pay for the materials. It's just a shame that Kale got a splinter.
На халяву, значит,
Don't
все
worry about
получили.
me. I'm used to working in the rainforest. I get splinters all the time. I've already taken care of it. We've already wrapped up everything on our to-do list for today. So, all we need to do now is wait for everyone's letters to arrive.
И сколько
Traveler,
ждать?
Paimon, why don't you get some rest while I keep an eye on the mailbox?
Ладно.
You're definitely your master's student, Sucrose. As long as you or Albedo are around, Paimon can relax and know that everything's taken care of.
Stop. You're embarrassing me.
Wait. Actually, there's one thing that still needs taking care of. Paimon's starving. Hey, Traveler, you wanna get dinner? Your treat.
I'll
Она меня разводит. Ладно, кажется, мне нужно покормить Паймон.
go with Sucrose to return the leftover materials to the vendors. You two, go get a proper meal. We can't have anyone going hungry. Yeah, now would be a good time for a break. Once everything is ready, let's meet up here again and collate all the information we've gathered.
А это кто?
Sounds like a plan.
Судя по одежде, кто-то из Сумеру. Ой, из Сумеру, из Снежная. Как они любят говорить. С легким акцентом. Снежная.
My mom will have this one, and this one, ooh, and this one.
Чу, слышишь? Это мора льется из моего кошелька.
Paimon's really hungry! And don't forget, Paimon's also ordering for you, too. It's not like Paimon's gonna eat everything by herself.
После этого замечания, Пайман, вы сознаете, что очень сильно проголодались. Осознаете, наверное, забыли букву О. Вы с Пайман с жадностью набрасываетесь на еду.
Ooh, Paimon is super full.
После такой вкусной еды очень приятно просто расслабиться и полюбоваться окрестностями.
Is everything packed up and ready? What do you think about meeting up at 5 to go to my house?
Yes, everything's ready. I've packed some great wine and smoked ham. Oh, your parents will love it.
Ham? Look, we've known each other for quite some time now. Don't you think it's been long enough for you to remember that we only eat bacon in my house?
А ветчина и бекон — это не одно и то же.
I must remember to get some milk today on my way home. Please, feel free to pay a visit to Cat's Tail anytime.
Звуки города так передали. Да.
Tone Deaf Bard, are you here for some food as well?
Заказать тебе что-нибудь?
Oh, I can put something on your tab? Well, that's a pity. I already had a few drinks before coming here. I shall take you up on your kind offer another day. There should be no shortage of opportunities in the future. Anywho,
Так пропустил бы
you should be
третий
getting ready to
стаканчик.
thank me. I come bearing good news.
What kind of good news?
Behold!
Это бумажная карта и что-то вроде заклинания на ней.
What is it?
It's what you need the most right now. The answer to the prophetic puzzle.
3 восклицательных знака?
Simply head to the location marked on the map and you'll find the lantern you've been looking for. However, if I were you, I wouldn't just go and reveal the secret right away. As you've seen, a lot of people have been laboring hard to uncover the answer.
То есть это не только нам перепало?
Well-aged brew. The aroma from the bottle is sweetest when revealed in the company of friends.
Понятно.
Then it's settled. I'll leave you to your business for now. Feel free to find me for a chat again once you're done working through the prophecy. Also, if you have some time, we could organize another fast-track love poem class.
Не, спасибо.
Oh, you're starting that up again?
I sure am. Nobody else has signed up this year, though, so the duty to learn falls on you. Anyway, see you later.
Venti always looks so relaxed whenever we run into him. Paimon can't help but be jealous.
Так он под бухлишком вечно.
Excuse me.
Конечно, он
If
расслабленный.
you don't mind, could I chat with you for a moment?
Oh?
Да,
Who
это
are
та
you?
подозрительная
You may call
личность.
me Scarlet.
Скарлетт
Just like
Йоханссон.
you, I'm a traveler visiting Mondstadt from another land. Mind if I buy you a drink?
Да, давай. Почему я сегодня не пью? Ну, я пью. Ну ладно. Я сегодня не пью, но спасибо за предложение.
Leaving the door open for another time, I see. I can tell that you've dealt with a lot of people during your travels.
You can tell? Well, we are very experienced adventurers after all.
I can. That's why I tried to strike up a conversation with you in the first place. I was on my way to go shopping earlier when I overheard your conversation next to the crafting bench. From what I could gather, you are trying to investigate a bizarre prophecy?
Yep, bizarre is definitely the word.
Don't you think it sounds just like the kind of story that would happen in Mondstadt? Anyway, that's why I wanted to ask you a favor. If and when you manage to unravel the answer to the prophecy,
Видишь,
could you let me know
какая?
what it is?
Ну все готовенько. Тебя тоже интересует пророчество?
Not so much the prophecy itself, but Mondstadt as a nation. That's what I'm interested in. I was born in a distant land, but I have family and friends who once lived in Mondstadt for a long time. They said that it's a great place full of fairy tales and romance and recommended that I come for a visit. As it happens, someone I know has an anniversary coming up soon. So I figured this would be a good time to come here and see all the sights that she once saw.
What do you think about Mondstadt so far?
It certainly lives up to its name as the city of romance and freedom.
We think so too.
So, about the prophecy.
Я бы ничего не говорил, но тут нет такого варианта. Ладно, мы расскажем, если найдем
Thank you.
ответ.
You're very friendly. It's been a real pleasure to meet you. I'll leave it to you then. I hope you continue to enjoy the city and have a wonderful day.
Почему ты всем все рассказываешь просто так? Пускай бабки тебе платят хотя бы.
She definitely isn't dressed like a local, huh? Where do you think her hometown could be?
Please find me a flower that is not of this world, and a guide who will never get lost. Find me one who would never lie, as well as a legend that never ends. Huh? I never thought I'd have someone secretly following me, even in a free city like Mondstadt. Good day to you, miss.
Сударыня, ты точно снежная. Так. Праздник ветряных... Второй. Так, дождитесь утра следующего дня. Я надеюсь, сейчас будет последний подход, ибо я... А что здесь произошло? А, вот. А, ну да. И вот последний, получается. И тут подарочек какой-то будет. К заданию. Дождитесь следующего дня с 8 утра до скольки-то. Ладно. Таймер врубаем. А, следующего дня. Вот отстой. То есть сутки надо ждать. Ну так, до 9 подождем. Тик-так, 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 тик-так. Тут, говорят, какие-то часы, даже вот эти, у них какой-то есть алгоритм, его как-то разгадали. Даже любопытно, что в это что-то вложили смысл. Да, погнали, узнаем, что там накидали по почте. Мы тут. Sucrose.
Hey, we're here!
Traveler, Paimon, great timing. We got a lot of letters in the mailbox, and I just finished sorting them into 4 groups.
Nice work!
Well, the real work hasn't even started yet. Which batch of letters should we read through first?
Да без разницы, начинай с какая первая под руку попадется. Так, праздник ветряных цветов 3, небесное, что-то там пророчество. Так, а что мне надо? Проверьте доску подсказок, прочитайте письма. Подсказка, подсказок. Ой. Не ту кнопочку нажал. Прочитать письма о цветке не от мира сего. Прочитать письмо Тигнари. Вообще Тайнари они говорят. После нашего недавнего разговора я внимательно изучил формулировку пророчества. В термине «цветок не от мира сего» слышится противоречие, только подумайте, если цветок не от мира сего, то его увидеть нельзя, а если его можно увидеть, то он не подходит для описания пророчества. Поэтому я считаю, что ответом на загадку не обязательно должно быть реальное растение, но должен заметить со всем уважением, что придумавший эту загадку, возможно, не знает всех растений в мире. Я бы сказал, что никто не смеет утверждать, что знает их все. С этой точки зрения вы могли бы подумать о каких-то редких растениях, как потенциальных кандидатах на ответ. Список редких растений прилагается. Я добавил краткое описание к каждой записи и надеюсь, что один из них и является ответом. Желаю удачи. Тигнари. Так, ладно, это прочитали. Альбедо. Вряд ли цветком не от мира сего может считаться существующий вид или искусственно выведенный гибрид. Учитывая, что я считаю, что мы должны мыслить нестандартно, проанализировав все, я что я узнал за эти годы, я сделал свой вывод. У Сахарозы также есть некоторые догадки, которые она со мной поделилась. На данный момент, когда я пишу письмо, она еще не определилась с ответом, поэтому я не буду раскрывать свой вывод прямо сейчас. Можно подробно обсудить его при встрече. Я надеюсь, что все остальные тоже принесут свои варианты. До скорой встречи. Альбедо. То есть пока ни один, ни второй не сказал, что один приложил цветы, которые он знает, другой ничего вообще не сказал. Прочитать письмо Сахарозы. Странно опускать письмо в почтовый ящик собственного изготовления, но у меня и правда есть свой ответ. Сначала я подумала, что цветок, созданный с помощью алхимии, будет не от мира сего, как сказано в пророчестве. Но, поразмыслив еще немного, я поняла, что под описание больше подойдет не искусственно созданное растение, а имеющий форму цветка механизм из алхимических составляющих. Вот мой вывод. Это часы в форме цветка. Кстати. А длинная жизнь проносится мимо часов, оставляя за собой трепещущие лепестки. Проходящие годы ворошат листья, подталкивая стрелу времени вперед. Сахароза. А вот это любопытная догадка. Так, прочитать другие письма. Это прочитал. Прочитать письма о проводнике, что с пути не собьется. Прочитать письмо Моны. Каждый в этом мире порой может заблудиться, но хранящий в сердце неугасимое желание помогать людям и направлять их на верный путь может стать кораблем, чье странствие среди волн не кончится никогда. Я еще не делал предсказания на этот счет, но у меня есть предчувствие, что я вместе со всеми засвидетельствую истину, стоящую за пророчеством. Посему, пожалуйста, позовите, когда придет время, и обязательно помогу. Ладно. Прочитать письмо Беннета. Я долго думал о том, на самом деле, до того, как вы пришли ко мне и представить себе не мог, что буду играть в этом какую-то роль. Ну, как вы все знаете, я, вероятно, не гожусь на то, чтобы направлять других. Я не очень силен и все еще пытаюсь улучшить свои отношения с этим миром. Если спросите, кто может стать подспорьем в вашем деле, то я отвечу. Моя приятельница Фишиль и ее подруга-астролог Мона много знают и смелы по натуре. Надеюсь, они вам помогут. Таков мой ответ. Желаю удачи. Беннет. Эмбер. Прочитать письмо Эмбер. Проводник – слишком громкий титул. Мне куда больше по душе быть другом для каждого из вас. Я хороший собеседник и буду рада выслушать любого, кто почувствует себя в растерянности. Если использовать аналогию, я как факел в ночи, который будет освещать путь, пока не угаснет. То, что написано ниже, не предназначено для колеи. Если ты это читаешь, то немедленно отвернись. В последнее время я беспокоюсь о Коле. Она отправилась от болезни, но и выглядит не очень бодро. Кажется, будто она еще не может отпустить свои печали. Позвольте мне высказать здесь мое пожелание. Пусть Коли сможет раскрыть тайну пророчества и найти свое счастье. Я надеюсь, что останусь ей другом, где бы она ни была, кем бы ни стала. Мы не спасительница и спасенная, а просто хорошие подруги. Эмбер. И прочитать письмо Микки. Надеюсь, это письмо заставит вас в добром здравии. Я могу представить верную дорогу только когда речь идет об ориентировании на местности, а на жизненном пути я словно потерянный ребенок, который всегда направляет другие. Но после вашего вопроса я сразу понял, чем я могу помочь. Я попробовал нарисовать карту растительности для Тигнари и Коли, а также график наблюдения за драконом для Сайна. Они приложены к этому письму. В ближайшие дни я буду занят патрулированием с капитаном и подготовкой карт для Лизы. Потому я могу только поддержать вас своими добрыми пожеланиями. Приношу свои извинения. Надеюсь, что карта и график помогут вам, Мика. Так, здесь я прочитал все письма. Так, дальше. Прочитать письма об устах, что не лгут. Прочитать письмо Сайна. Вы не ошиблись, предположив, что ложь мне не свойственна. Это связано с моим происхождением. Я житель пустыни, выросший в академии, поэтому мне не доверяют. Если бы я еще и лгал, в результате я научился говорить поменьше и только то, что действительно необходимо. Постараться раскрыть тайну, скрывающуюся в пророчестве, может быть опасным делом. Если вам нужен человек, который никогда не врет, я могу присоединиться к вам. Прочитать письмо Розарии. Давайте сразу проясним. Я не горжусь на роль того, кто никогда не лжет. Услышав ваш вопрос, я задумалась о прошлом и вспомнила множество случаев, когда я лгала. Я часто придумываю отговорки, чтобы избежать занятий в хоре, а иногда я лгу для того, чтобы чувствовать себя счастливым или чтобы от чего-то отказаться. Самая хорошая ложь, которую я когда-либо придумывала, предназначалась в Варке, будто я не хочу оставаться в Манштате. Он ответил другой ложью, и это был его совет для меня. Он сказал: «Ты не приспособлена жить ни в каком другом месте, кроме Манштата». Я не могу стать ответом на этот вопрос, но я предлагаю подумать о том, что значит никогда не лгать. Идет ли речь о любой нечестности или лишь о лжи со злыми намерениями. Жаль, что я не та, кого вы ищете, но я верю, что найдется тот, кто соответствует вашим требованиям. Удачи. Розария. Прочитать письмо Рейзера. Я попросил наставницу Лизу написать письмо. Оно лучше, чем те, что получились у меня. Спасибо ей. Большое спасибо. Я не вру. Я тебе верю. Приходи, когда я тебе понадоблюсь. Буду ждать, Рейзер. Сам с собой разговаривал, походу. Так, и последнее. Прочитать письма о легенде, которой нет конца. Прочитать письмо Лизы. Легенды создают люди. Никакая легенда не будет существовать вечно, и все истории когда-то закончатся. Но покуда хорошая история живет в сердцах, ей не будет конца. Такой вывод я сделала после прочтения множества разных книг. Удачи вам, милашки. Лиза. Прочитать письмо Кли. Мама пишет путеводители, а вот кто-то из ее подруг сочиняет сказки. Кли слышала, что сказка, на которую автор потратит почти всю жизнь, точно будет хороша. Кли. Прочитать письмо Коли. Думаю, что легенда, которая никогда не заканчивается, должна быть наполнена надеждами и мечтами. Тогда люди станут передавать ее друг другу, и она будет важна для каждого, кто ее коснется. Меня когда-то очень вдохновляли такие истории, поэтому я подумала, что буду придерживаться этого ответа. Коли. Так, вроде все прочитал. Прочитать другие письма. Прекратить чтение. Так, итак, я все прочитал. Теперь говорим с Сахарозой.
Let me quickly summarize what we found out about a flower that is not of this world. Tainari believes that on closer examination it might be logically paradoxal, while Albedo says that his answer would be better discussed at length in person. As for my answer, I think a clock in the shape of a flower would constitute one that is not of this world.
Here's what we've gathered regarding a guide who will never get lost. Mona said that she'd like to join us in uncovering the secret behind the prophecy, while Bennett suggests Fischl, Mona, or the Traveler as potential candidates. Mika didn't submit much, but he did draw a vegetation map for Master Tainari and wrote up a dragon spotting calendar for Sino. Amber also wrote in. She said that she sees herself as nobody's guide, but everybody's friend.
То есть они все повторят.
One who would never lie,
Собственно говоря, что я читал только
Rosario
что.
removed herself from consideration, but both Razor and Sino are willing to support us in our search. Timaeus seems to have forgotten to write to us.
Кстати, да, Тимей ничего не
And
написал.
finally, This is what we've gathered on a legend that never ends. Klee said that her mom has a number of friends who like to write storybooks. Misa believes that legends live forever in people's hearts. I think that for a legend to be never-ending, it has to be filled with hopes and dreams and actively pass from one person to the next. So, what are the answers to the 4 riddles then?
И я должен выбрать?
You're really smart, Paimon. I bet you can figure it all out in no time.
Ах, ты быстро впихнул, но не работает.
Let's all share our thoughts on what we think the answers might be.
Итак, что дальше?
Wait! Wait for me!
О, Тимей прискакал со своим письмом, да?
What brings you here?
I'm sorry, I really am. The time just got away from me and I didn't get around to writing that letter. However, I'm happy to announce that I think I can be the one who would never lie.
Huh? This is kind of sudden. Not that we don't trust you, Timaeus, but, could you elaborate a little after you catch your breath?
Of course, of course.
Ну давай, рассказывай.
Do you still remember the time I, collaborated with a certain Miss Ying-R?
Не помню.
Well, basically, she helped me out a lot with my research into potion making once, and, well, we've stayed in touch through letters ever since.
Wait, so Ying-R is the girl from Liyue that Sucrose mentioned earlier? We always assumed you were hard at work every time we saw you at the crafting bench. So you've just been writing letters to Ying-R the whole time?
Инер, кто это?
No, I mean, not all the time. I've done some work too. And anyway, our correspondence covers a lot of serious topics, like perfumes, potions, alchemy. Anyway, a few months ago, I made a vow to the heavens that I will be true to myself and never utter an insincere word until the day that I've managed to win Miss Ying-R's heart.
So, at Star Snatch Cliff, you were picking Cecilia's as a gift for Ying-R?
Well, that's right. The Cecilia flower is said to represent a once wayward heart, transformed by the power of love. I couldn't think of a better flower to give than that. I know full well that Miss Ying-R is far more knowledgeable than I in both the ways of the world and the ways of our craft, but I thought I should make the effort for once and put myself out there. Which brings me to the subject of the last few days and the Windbloom Festival. I thought it was time for me to invite Miss Ying-R to Mondstadt.
Так она приехала?
Yesterday, Albedo told me that Sucrose has been working hard to help another girl achieve her dream.
Huh?
And when I went to take a look at our roster, I saw that she'd done my remaining work for me. I feel incredibly guilty. I've been spending all of my time in my own fantasy world while everyone else has been bending over backwards to help other people. How could I ever hope to be worthy of Miss Ying-R's love if I'm so selfish?
Oh, Timaeus.
And that's why I've decided to join you.
Тут нам чем поможешь?
Yeah. Haven't you been planning this for over a month now? You said you were going to invite her to Mondstadt.
Well, yes. I did mention in my letters that I'd like her to visit, which is why I just sent her another gift with my hand-picked Windblooms, along with a handwritten letter. I explained that a matter of great importance has presented itself to which I must devote my full attention for the time being. As soon as it's resolved, I'll make haste to Liyue to pick her up in person.
Вот это
I made sure to
хороший.
package the gift and letter with the greatest care.
Хороший
All I
посыл.
can do now is hope that she'll understand. Point being, please know that I sincerely want to support you in this endeavor. Plus, I think I'm an honest person. As far as I recall, I don't think I've told a single lie in my life.
Все когда-нибудь врали, даже по мелочи.
With that speech, don't worry, Timaeus. We won't let your determination go to waste.
Thank you, Timaeus.
Ah, thank you, everyone. I promise to do everything I can to help.
Ладно.
Okay, so it looks like we found our one who would never lie. Great! Let's keep it up. On to the other three.
После обсуждения вы вместе принимаете окончательное решение по каждой части пророчества и так далее.
the flower, the guide, the legend, and Timaeus.
Huh? Why did you only say Timaeus' name? You should say my name, too.
Резонно.
All right. We also have Klee.
That's me!
With Klee here, this all somehow feels like we're getting ready for a field trip.
There's nothing wrong with a more relaxed atmosphere, is there?
Альбедо, ты определился с ответом?
Of course. We will soon see if my hypothesis has any merit.
Actually, I'm still feeling a little nervous.
Me too.
But weren't you all fired up just a moment ago?
Yeah, you're right. Okay, let's do this.
Actually,
Да, погнали.
I'm a little worried too. Deep breaths. Deep breaths.
I know what you're feeling. Saying anything becomes so much harder when there are so many people watching.
Чую, я точно за
Does
час
anyone
сегодня
know the
опять
exact
выскочу.
location of where we're headed, or should I do a reading on my scry glass?
According to the prophecy, once we figured out the answer, we should test it at the Lantern of Utmost Joy.
А мы знаем, нам дали координаты.
Oh, we know something about that.
Я выяснил, где он.
What?
Что? У меня свои связи. Вы выдумаете историю о том, как нашли место, гадая по ветру.
That's amazing. You really know how to do everything under the sun.
У меня просто есть связи, вы не понимаете. Следуйте за мной.
This is it. We're off to find the sacred location of the Lantern of Utmost Joy.
Так, итак, куда мне нужно отправиться? Где это место? Ага. А, оно наверху. Но я, наверное, если сюда телепортнусь, то смогу подняться, да, тут не сильно высоко. Поэтому вполне. Оп. И побежал. По кустам, по траве.
According to the map, it should be somewhere around here.
Что за фонарь?
Let me
Луна?
take a look. Oh, it should be right up ahead.
Aw, I don't see any lanterns here.
Так это луна, по-любому.
Now that I think about it, the prophecy didn't say anything about what the Lantern of Utmost Joy actually looks like, right? Maybe we've overlooked something?
Traveler, are you trying to figure out something else from the paper?
Да. В записке Венти сказано, что мы должны посмотреть вверх и искать ответ в небесах.
Hyman's reading too. Huh? It says to look up. But there's nothing above us.
Троеточие. Еще тут написано, теперь пришло время заклинания.
Place the squirrel
Hyman,
on the
взгляни.
back of the pointy-eared cat, and a pious puppy will open the doors to show you the way. Huh. Paimon read the whole thing out loud, but nothing's happening.
Look! The wind is blowing!
Ух ты, ветер.
What a strong wind current.
О, там кусок земли
Let's ride
летает.
it up and see where it leads us.
Huh? We'll have to fly up there? Can someone carry me with them?
Here.
Ты не умеешь, что ли, летать? Ты же в Манштате. Мне кажется, казалось, что планеры у вас у каждого, и это нормальная тема.
First time I've ever flown like this.
Так. Дай угадаю, нам туда. Ну, это логично. А тут целый стол накрытый. Понятно. И уже утро. Мы всю ночь летели.
How did this little island get up here in the sky? Did somebody make it?
Just to be safe, I've been jotting down our entire route here. This way, no one will get lost.
Да мы вроде недалеко улетели. Какой маршрут?
Who would have thought we'd find this kind of table here? Weird. It's almost as
Безумный
if someone
шляпник.
was holding a tea party.
I never would have guessed that such a place could exist. Right above Mondstadt, too.
Wow, look at that pretty lantern on the table. There's even a chair for each side of the lantern, too.
There seems to be something on the back of this chair. Let me have a closer look.
Мина, поди.
Take your seat, present your answers, and you shall reach enlightenment.
Ответ для
Well,
чего
as
дать?
far as instructions go, I guess that's simple enough.
So we just need to do as it says, right?
Wait a second.
Huh? What is it, Albedo?
We'd better make sure this place is safe before taking our seats. Everyone, please stay clear for a moment.
Все внимательно следят за тем, как Альбедо тщательно проверяет пространство.
Doubts aside, the scenery here is pretty amazing. It'd be impossible to feel stressed here.
Мона там колдует
How is
что-то.
everything, Albedo?
Everything seems to be fine. I didn't find any traps or suspicious mechanisms. But I also couldn't find any overt destructive devices.
Huh? What do you mean?
Well, it seems that wrong answers won't have any catastrophic consequences. Looks like we'll have to sit on these chairs and fulfill the prophecy. Everyone, I would like to suggest that we try some risky answers on our first attempt. Let's reserve our most confident answers for the second round.
That sounds kind of smart. But why?
Ah, I get what he means. If we do as he says, then we may be able to figure out how the puzzle works.
I see. That makes a lot of sense.
Ты нагадала там что-то, да? Непонятно что.
Is there something wrong? You're not looking too good.
Oh, are you hungry? I brought some snacks.
Thank
это
you
предусмотрительно.
for offering, Klee, but that's not quite it. While Albedo was checking just now, I gave my scryglass a spin hoping to find some information. But there's a strange aura to this place. It's almost as if someone has been staring at me as soon as we stepped foot in here. But if nothing here has actually been physically tampered with, then... No. Could that person be...
Что это? Мона дрожит. Она ощущает присутствие какой-то невероятной силы.
What do you mean, Mona? Who could it be?
Never mind. It's not like I've got any proof.
Ну, говори, сказала А, говори Б.
This, Mona.
I'll just do what Albedo said.
Yes, let's test the hypothesis together, Klee.
Come on, join us, Mona.
Oh, all right.
Okay, then I'll answer the first question. If someone were to ask me to find a flower that is not of this world...
You can do it, Sucrose.
Что ты ответишь?
Then I would fetch a tetragenic sweet flower.
All right, I'm up next. My part of the prophecy is to find a guide who will never get lost.
Это кто?
Kali, I hope you found your answer.
My answer is that I will be that guide. For a long time, I have been guided by others. It's taken me a while, but I finally made it to where I am today. Although I still haven't made a name for myself, and I'm still quite immature, I would still like to put my name forward. Because I would like to become a guide that can help others. I want to help others the same way Amber, Master Tainari, Sino, and everyone else helped me. Now it's my turn to pass on the gift that I've been given.
All right, it's up to me to answer the third part. I'll submit myself as one who would never lie.
Ну, это ты изначально так говорил. А вот цветок квадратный,
I'm confident that I've always been an honest
восклицание
person.
из ниоткуда.
I'd like to thank everyone, too, for giving me this opportunity to validate myself.
And last but not least, I will answer the final part of the prophecy. There's no
Монов
tale more befitting the
вмешалась.
title of a legend that never ends than our fates as human beings.
Wait, the
Разумно.
lantern just lit up! Whoa! All four sides of the lantern are glowing! Huh?
Все угадали? Мы ведь давали пробные ответы.
Kale, could I ask you to stand up for a second?
Oh, alright.
Ага. И сразу потухло. Садись. А, тут не важно, кто сидит.
What's going on? Why is it lighting up regardless of who's sitting in the chair? Didn't it say we have to answer all the questions correctly?
It's pretty clear now, isn't it? We've just proven that there is no right answer for this prophecy.
Аргумент.
No right answer? But how could that be?
Although the instructions had come from an old and enigmatic prophecy, it is in fact nothing like the ancient mechanism that we had all imagined it to be. I believe the lantern only serves as a simple signal.
And to think, I never expected you to actually find this
А,
place.
это ты все затеяла?
What?
Ничего себе.
There's someone else here?
We
А я
meet
думал,
again,
ты
traveler.
просто хочешь понять.
Hey, you're that Outlander we met the other day at Good Hunter.
It's all thanks to you that I was able to find this place. Good thing that you were too preoccupied with the prophecy to notice
Не,
someone
мы
tailing
знали,
you
что за
from the
нами кто-то
shadows.
смотрит.
Oh, is that so? Then, why do I spy yet another person following in your shadow?
Wait, really?
There's no need for pleasantries. You should know I'm here for you.
Is it just because I'm a visitor from abroad?
I was there when you snuck your way into Marjorie's place.
So you had your eyes on me even then, huh? That was 2 whole weeks ago, you know.
It's hard not to notice you when I'm on duty every day.
All right. In that case, I'll admit it. I was the person who slipped this prophecy into the storybook.
Зачем? Тебе скучно жить, что ли?
Why? Then, does that mean this wasn't a real prophecy after all?
Don't worry. Even though you probably have plenty of reservations about me, you can be sure that the prophecy is genuine. In fact, many of you here today may have heard the code name of the one who left the prophecy to me. She hailed from an ancient assembly of powerful women, each of whom used a single letter to signify themselves.
Who would have guessed? It seems that power was indeed left behind by the old hag after all.
Старухи.
So you're B's student. It's an honor to meet you. I am Scarlet, the successor of Jay.
Well, what are you talking about?
Мне тоже любопытно, о чем вы говорите?
It's a long story, but I'm not quite sure that I'm the best person to tell it. Since you've all spent so much time and energy trying to decipher this prophecy, you must also be very interested in the secret behind this lantern, no? The lantern has already been lit. Now then, please allow me to disturb your happy peace.
Нарушить? Что ты делаешь?
Why did this little thing just light up? How strange.
Она часто мигает, сейчас взорвется.
On the other side of the lantern. Can you hear me over there?
Ага, это этот передатчик.
Oh, I hear many youthful voices.
Madam, I am Scarlet, the successor of Jay.
Oh, since we've last gathered, Jay's successor has already become so reckless and bold. Unbelievable.
Wait. Why are you talking just like the old hag?
Что за старуха?
Old hag? Who would dare say that? Is that Mona?
Блин, я не помню
Who
ничего.
are you? Who dares imitate my master?
And what of imitation and mimicry? It has always been a fool's errand to mimic and learn from humanity.
Aunt Alice, I'm here too.
Mom, why are you trying to talk like other people?
So I see everyone's here. Well then, my warmest greetings, everyone.
Походу, один человек, который вмешался в много человеческих
Well, it's been many
судеб,
years since this
так сказать.
lantern last lit up. You can't blame me for thinking that one of the old friends from my youth may have decided to catch up again.
Why she sounds so coy all of of a sudden.
Алиса? Really?
And if I recall correctly, we left this lantern in the care of the Animo Archon Barbados. You must be commended for uncovering an artifact entrusted to the god of wind himself. Tell me, are you sitting around my beloved tea party table?
It's a really long table.
Oh, so you are. I suppose this means even the Animo Archon has granted you entry to this place. Was all of this Scarlet's doing?
Мне кажется, он даже не знает Анна Марахон.
Paimon's completely lost now. So what was this assembly you were talking about earlier?
Oh, Miss Alice, would it be all right to leave the explanation of that to you?
Да, мне тоже любопытно. Я пока потерял вообще нить, что
you should be
происходит.
rewarded for making it all the way up here and activating the lantern. Now then, let me tell you a long and ancient story.
Давай, показывай.
Ever heard of the Hexen Circle? As the spooky name suggests, it's a secret society. Once upon a time, it even challenged the Animo Archon himself. But he replied, "Let us make music, not war, and resolve our conflicts through song." From then on, the mages would only ever convene in the woods, in the skies, or on the edges of cliffs. At these tea parties, they discussed their stories and secrets and resolved their differences, as the tea and cakes bore witness to their pledge never to fight amongst themselves.
Yesterday, I snuffed out the life of my beloved. He had grown old and was extremely sick. He loved me dearly, so I took his fate in my hands and ended his pain.
I'm raising a son. Of all the children I had, he's the only one left. But I suppose that still makes me a mother.
My lifespan is nothing compared to yours, so I wish to leave you with my storybook. Actually, maybe you can pass it on to your children one day.
Oh, this looks interesting. Let me scry.
My dear sisters, we mustn't let prophecies threaten our bonds of friendship. Even the most frightening witch was once a little girl, and growing up can be so tough. Sometimes we all need to vent our troubles to the wind. Even if the nations go to war, or the sky falls down, the mages' tea parties shall forever be held around this table.
Отличный подход к решению вопросов.
So this is where the legendary mages held their meetings.
That's right. We often met here to chat and have tea.
But then, what about the part saying that if we light the lantern of utmost joy, we'd receive a supreme blessing?
About that. I never expected anyone other than Jay to actually read the full contents of that prophecy.
Так у тебя там читать особо
It's a
нечего.
little embarrassing. The truth is,
Вообще это разобраться в этом
prophecy was
всем.
actually just a
Точно
letter
все
that we sent to Jay as a group
прочитаешь
the
и не
day
раз.
before her wedding.
So it was indeed written by all of you.
I must thank you for resisting the urge to immediately reveal the truth to everybody, Albedo. Knowing you, you probably figured out everything the moment you laid eyes on the message.
No, it took me a little longer than that.
A flower that is not of this world, a guide who will never get lost, one who would never lie, and a legend that never ends.
О, а вот
These
это
four
интересно.
descriptions signify 4 individual mages. When a member of the organization had to leave the group to spend the rest of her days with her beloved, the other mages would write down this prophecy and send it to her to invite her for a final get-together. A flower that is not of this world signifies, of course, flowers that do not naturally exist in this world. This is the signature of our full name, Rhindaughter, also known as Gold. If there's anyone in this world who could create a flower species that does not yet exist, it would be her. The guide who will never get lost is N, otherwise known as Nicole. You may not have encountered her yet, but she is a truly extraordinary woman who has made this world's direction and order her subject of study.
Some of you may be fortunate enough to have already heard her voice. Like a prophetess, she will only speak to guide people toward the truth when a change has occurred in the world. She has a tendency to suddenly speak in someone's mind without any warning.
Что? Может, это она говорила со мной, когда Эш и его истории были нашим главным расследованием?
If one day you would be unfortunate enough to run into a truly dangerous situation, she may use her voice to guide the way forward for you.
Who would have guessed that there are so many mysterious women in this world, and that they would all know each other?
А почему сейчас эту чайную вечеринку решили провести?
Me. I hope no one would take offense. It's just that I, Alice, or A for short, have always had a soft spot for those with sincerity
Я
and
дома есть
candor.
Алиса.
As
В
for a
смысле
legend
колонка,
that
она
never
тоже особо не лжет.
you may not know M in person, but you've likely encountered one of her works. Have any of you ever read The Boar Princess?
Кабан, да.
I'm pretty sure every child in Mondstadt has read that book.
It's also one of my favorite stories. M was an exceptional human writer who used her prose to teach me the meaning of grief. Don't you think such a person would deserve a seat at the mage's table?
Paimon's getting more and more lost.
It may sound hard to believe, but I can attest to everything that Alice has said. Jay was also a mortal who aged and passed on, leaving her title to her students and followers. Alice,
А кто преемница?
you've never acknowledged any of Jay's successors. It's now been centuries since the first of us took on her mantle. I've always wanted to meet you.
Do you also want to become a mage?
Title aside, I think I'm more interested in the meaning and purpose of the Hexen Circle. I used to think that the Hexen Circle was a group of women who could control the very fate of this world. But now, I've seen for myself that besides Jay, many other ordinary people were also among you.
Do you think less of us now?
No, not at all. My interest has been piqued, and I'm now even more drawn towards the idea
Как ты
of
станешь
becoming a
ведьмой, если у
mage.
тебя
You're right.
нет глаза
I've
Бога?
never acknowledged any of Jay's successors, but you are different. You are much more fascinating than any of your predecessors.
Oh, has someone finally piqued Aunt Alice's interest?
Now is not a good time, Scarlet, but as soon as I am able, I will seek you out for a meeting. I want you to tell me all about Jay's married life back in her hometown.
So the mage who received the prophecy letter from all of you was Jay? She left the Hexen Circle after getting married?
Precisely. There was only one way the letter could have been interpreted. She would have known what we meant as soon as she saw the message. We were just asking one thing of her. Please come to see us again. Before you go and settle forever with your happiness, please come share some of it with your best friends and sisters.
So, the Supreme Blessing actually meant...
All journeys are fleeting and will eventually come to an end. What will give us the most fulfillment and happiness in the end are those who will greet us at our journey's destination. Dear child, I believe you can also understand what I am talking about. We women will always have many troubles and encounter pains and frustrations that will keep us up at night. But no matter how hard things may become, we will cross mountains and oceans to see our best friends again, regardless of how many years have passed or how far the distance may be. As long as we can be with our beloved friends, our hearts will be filled with joy. To us mages, that's what being supremely blessed is all about.
Так не только для ведьм, для всех, наверное, нет?
I still don't get it, but I do know that all the mages are Mom's best friends.
If you ask how I see it, the Hexen Circle is just a group of ladies that I spent my youth with.
Только юность, причем.
I'll introduce some of the other members to you all later. I still have a few things to attend to, so this will have to do for today.
Bye, Mom. Todoko says bye, too.
Goodbye, darling, and farewell to all of our other friends as well. I'm sure we'll see each other again. Oh, now that I think of it, isn't it getting close to that time of year?
Yes, it's Windbloom again, Alice. It's also a special anniversary date. I'm sure you still remember.
Yes, I do remember now. It was on this day, many, many years ago, that Jay tied the knot. Ah, just in time for the Festival of Love and Freedom. Everyone, please enjoy this year's Windbloom Festival to the fullest.
Лады. Голос Алисы затихает, светильник тускнеет и снова превращается в обычный предмет убранства. На мгновение все погружаются в раздумья, но скоро пространство снова заполняется разговорами. После этого все расправляют планы, чтобы вернуться в Манштадт. Мы типа все вернулись.
Albedo! Why didn't you tell me we'd have to glide all the way back down?
Вернитесь в Манштадт. Я забыл, как сканировать. Нет, не то. Вот. Ничего не... Я сел. Короче, ничего не происходит, ладно. Мне надо в Манштадт вернуться. Могу просто портнуться, да. Летать еще. Что, я совсем упоролся. Птичка. Ему явно нехорошо после полетов.
Are you okay, Timaeus? Maybe you'd feel better if you just, let it out.
I'm fine. I'm just a little glider sick.
Как она легко это сказала. Все терзающие невзгоды.
You may want to look into getting your own gliding license when you have the time. It might prove helpful to you.
У тебя ее нет даже, вот как.
Okay. Sure thing.
Но мало получить лицензию, надо же еще летать научиться.
Why don't you tell us? We're all happy to listen.
А то у нас тоже водительское право. Кто-то получает, а ездить еще не умеет.
Well, Alice's story was really interesting and romantic. I won't argue about that. But still, the whole thing wasn't quite what I was hoping for. Of course, I didn't actually expect the supreme blessing to be real, but...
Don't say that. None of this was your fault, Timaeus. Honestly, it's more on me for having agreed to be the Windbloom Festival Special Ambassador. Had I not asked for everyone's help...
If anything, it should be my fault for finding that prophecy.
Oh, no. I didn't mean to blame the two of you either. I just feel like this whole adventure didn't really end on a high note, and we also didn't really get anything out of it.
But I'd say we still learned something new.
Well, that aside, Timaeus, you still need to go to Liyue to apologize to Yingar, right? Do you want Kali and I to accompany you?
Oh, Miss Yingar. Well, I mean, I just really don't want her to get mad at me. Now that I've come back to my senses, I really don't know what I should do.
Нарвал цветов, поехал, показал. Она уже приехала. Все, хана тебе.
Huh? Miss Yingar?
Oh, so that's Miss Yingar? I've never met her before.
У вас 3 страны. Со всеми людьми точно не повстречаешься.
I am so sorry, Miss Yingar, but how did you... I mean...
Are you so happy just to see me?
Of course I am. I'm so happy that, I don't, Sorry, I don't know what to say.
I was ready to give you a harsh scolding, but now that I've seen you like this, I suppose I could let you off the hook this time.
У них цвет волос одинаковый.
You said you couldn't come to pick me up because of a very important matter, right? Well then, of course I had to come and find you instead.
Should we go see how they're doing?
Зачем?
Oh, I wouldn't. You'll get hit by a forest boar if you interrupt a couple's romantic conversation.
Oh, really?
За пророчество?
Let's just leave them alone then.
От Моны, так сказать. Они выглядят счастливыми. Может, в этом и состоит смысл праздника ветряных цветов? Приключение подошло к концу, все прощаются, вскоре с
I am so
хламического
glad to
верстака
see
что-то там.
Timaeus find his happiness.
А, ну типа они троем остались, я понял.
I have to say, I'm even more envious of you, Sucrose. You can be happy just to see others happy, and you gave me so much help without any expectations in return. Even though you said that we're very much alike, I still feel like you have a much bigger heart than I do.
But if you say that, then I'd say I'm also nowhere near as brave or tenacious as you. I guess we have the same amount of positive qualities. They're just spread over different parts of our personalities. I've never visited Sumeru, or made many friends from outside of Mondstadt. I'm happy just to have met and become your friend. Maybe I'll get shy and flustered when I meet other people I don't know in the future. But that's okay too. Since we are so alike, you probably get what I'm trying to say. You just need to believe that all of your issues aren't really issues at all.
But isn't it too late now for me to learn to accept myself?
Никогда не поздно.
Well... Do you know anything about the blooming cycles of Cecilius?
I may have read about that in a book before.
А нам не обязательно стоять рядом и слушать их. Может, мы потихонечку свалим?
Surprising, right? To think that people would talk about that while on a date. My mom brought it up at dinner one time last month. She called my dad the most boring man she knew, and said that he even turned up late to a date once, all with a smile on her face. But she also said that learning is just another part of life. It's never too late to start something, as long as you recognize that it's something good for you to do. Why don't you give it a try, Kale?
Okay, I'll try my best.
They're really having a great conversation. Paimon can't even find a moment to join in.
Вот и отлично, что они так поладили.
I nearly forgot. This is for you.
Что это?
This texture. Are these
А,
seeds?
а ты ей дала, не мне. Вот отстой.
I believe I mentioned my sweet flower research to you before. These are the seeds of the sweet flower cultivars that I've worked on. It's nothing too special, but they're the best cultivars that I've made. So, I really hope that you'll like them. They're super sweet and easy to grow and keep. I'm also submitting them as my wind blooms for this year. I wish that the Animal Archon could also see how
Он
lovely
все
they are.
видит, не беспокойся.
Thank you.
Через
I'll plant them in the
дно
Avidia
бутылки, правда.
forest and take good care of them.
Kale, please take these notes with you. I've heard that you've been working hard on your studies, so I've prepared some study materials for you at Sucrose's request. Feel free to look through them whenever you can find the time. Mondstadt's doors will always remain open to you.
Thank you so much. Really, I don't know what to say. I'm just really happy.
Отлично.
Now's your chance. Didn't you want to collect a breath of joy?
Да, собирай. Это вообще было в самом
You're
начале.
right. I almost forgot. Kale, can you exhale once into this test tube? I will save this breath of joy and use it in my research.
Oh, really? May I?
Нужно. Калей выдыхает в пробирку сахарозы, жидкость приобретает насыщенный фиолетовый цвет. После этого из пробирки вырывается маленькое искрящееся облачко, поднимается в воздух клочком сахарной и уносится с ветром.
Huh? What was that?
It was like a little cloud of happiness, and now it flew away.
Так, я что-то получил. Понял.
Well,
Подтверди.
luckily, there's still some breath left in the test tube. I'll seal it up for now. I'll keep working on it and let you know as soon as I have any breakthroughs in my research.
Yeah, you can write to me. I'll be sure to respond as soon as I receive your letter.
Oh, it looks like you found a new pen pal.
That's
Да сколько мы будем болтать? Ну ё-моё.
If your friendship was forged in a test tube, does that make you test friends forever?
That's it. I think you've ruined Sumeru's reputation in Mondstadt beyond all hope of repair.
Петросян
All that
местный.
matters is that I've enjoyed Mondstadt immensely. The dragon here possesses a majestic form.
Oh, that reminds me. Traveler, this card back is for you.
Что для меня?
Sino wanted you to have one for yourself. If I had to guess, I'd say he probably wants you to use it if you challenge him to a duel.
А,
I'm a
рубашка на
master of
карты,
the game.
точно, прикольно.
Do you dare challenge me?
Да, когда-нибудь.
Let's knock him off his high horse.
Начнем дуэль.
I've got something to give you too.
Huh? Kali has a gift for us?
Yeah, I figured I should follow local Mondstadt customs and prepared a few small things themed after the Windbloom Festival.
Что за подарки? О, это какой-то
I
талисман,
made these
понятно.
bookmarks from Sumeru roses at the hotel. I want to give them to Amber,
А,
Master Tainari,
это
and
закладка
Sino.
в книжку. Интересно.
During Windbloom, Mondstadters offer flowers to the people most important to them. You three are family to me.
But Tainari said that we're not anything like an academic family. He wouldn't write joint papers with us.
Well, in this case, we can consider ourselves as regular siblings. And that should be just fine.
Ну да, странное отношение брак.
I agree.
Ну как странно, по расчету.
Oh, and here are some Padisara seeds as well. These are for the Traveler, Paimon, and everyone else from Mondstadt.
Whoa, are these really for us?
Спасибо, нам очень приятно.
So, are these your chosen Windblooms? Mm-hmm, one of them. Both Padisauras and Sumeru roses are my Windblooms. Although they're not native to Mondstadt, they are the flowers that can best express my feelings. I want to give them to the people I feel thankful for. To those who I wish to accompany as we greet more seasons and future Windblooms together. The real blessing in life is when you are surrounded by people who you'd miss day and night, and who you'd want to see even if that meant crossing mountains and oceans to do so.
I'm so happy to hear you say that.
Sucrose, do you see that cloud over there? Huh?
Тут там облако возвращаться начало.
Just like your test tube?
Фух, задание выполнено. Продолжение следует. Надеюсь, не следует. Это капец сколько времени. Анимония от Коли. Я, получается, это все... Встречи на ветру. Ой, это все выполнил. Ух, какой найс. Как это надолго затянулось. Так, в итоге, что мне надавали? Псевдошар, шепот ветра, круглая буря, псевдошар, ударный гриб. Понятно. Ничего интересного. Я думал, хоть дадут какой-нибудь он. А пробирка, что за пробирка? А, это типа у меня в этот. Я понял. Полетели в мой ящик. Безмятежный. Как он там называется? Чайник безмятежности его. Ладно. Так, подожди, а что за подарок вот тут? Вот это что? Встреча на ветру. Вот. Дар анимонии. Это подарочная коробка, можно получить на празднике ветряных цветов. Никто не знает, что в ней лежит. Но судя по весу, что-то легкое. И теперь я смогу это открыть как-то? Есть он где-то здесь? Или нет? Купон на рамен. Так, но здесь этой коробки нет. Фотокамера анимония. Сеть. Это линза. Короче, не знаю, что там лежало в этой. Ну да ладно. Вот, по идее, я... О, можно еще купить. Уже 8. Ну, скоро можно будет молиться. Вот. По идее, я все выполнил. Так, это другое задание. А это... Так, это тоже какое-то здание. А, это другой ивент уже. Да. Вот, я думаю, на сегодня можно заканчивать. И так уже больше часа получилось. 1,5 в итоге. Завтра у меня стрим. Сейчас вспомню почему. Честно, не помню уже. Завтра у меня стрим. По-моему, это будет Atomic. Да, Atomic Heart 3. Вот, вообще расписание можно посмотреть в моей группе ВКонтакте. Ссылка есть в шапке канала. Вот. А так, всем спасибо за просмотр. Ставьте лайки, пишите комментарии, если есть что сказать. И всем до новых встреч. Всем пока-пока.